In 2020, the beginning of a pandemic left the masses in what seemed like a worldwide lockdown. With bars, music venues, comedy clubs, movie theaters, and other forms of entertainment placed on hold, many turned to social media as a means to stay entertained. With the average American spending 20% more time on YouTube, content creators capitalized on the opportunity, hoping to bridge the income gap caused by the pandemic. But creators ran into new obstacles. Managing the ever-changing landscape of social media proved more difficult than most anticipated. Well, we talked about one video in particular where it was removed by YouTube, correct?
Yes.
And the reason why they gave you was because it violated their terms of service.
Yeah, let me get to that video so I can specifically talk about this one. Hey guys, and welcome to today's YouTube Idiots video. Today's video covers ex-YouTuber. That's right, I said ex-YouTuber and flat earther Nathan Thompson as he harasses a local business about their mask requirements.
I spoke to Team Skeptic, and he had a video removed for a community guideline strike for nudity. They just said, hey, we're done with this video.
Yes. And there's an appeal button, and when I click the appeal button, it says appealing this violation is not available.
Was there someone nude in it?
Nobody was nude in this video. Nobody was even remotely nude. We're even topless, no shirtless, nothing. This is the craziest thing about this whole situation.
15 hours after my video went up, I got this email. Hey Team Skeptic, we wanted to let you know our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our sex and nudity policy.
So not only are they removing videos arbitrarily, it seems, they're not even giving you the opportunity to contest that removal.
Yeah, no, I can't even contest it.
Was someone suggesting nudity, like, ooh, or...
No, it was Team Skeptic dancing, and not even provocatively. It wasn't like, oh, I'm doing a tea bag, or I'm, whatever. I mean, I know it's funny. He was doing just a regular, well, I don't know what a regular dance, but he was doing a silly dance. The problem with YouTube's nudity clause is that it's completely arbitrary to what YouTube or what somebody at YouTube could say is sexually gratifying. After witnessing the questionable removal of Team Skeptic's video, I decided to take a look into what YouTube has in place to protect content creators. Does YouTube uphold the terms of service, or do they simply offer an illusion of protection in order to protect YouTube's interests? I decided to speak with a few content creators to get their perspective.
I'm the Irish Demon. That's it.
I'm the Creaky Blinder, and strangely enough, my channel is also called The Creaky Blinder.
I'm Team Skeptic.
Okay, it's Scott, aka Brainy Beaver, and the channel name is Brainy Beaver.
Well, my actual name is Craig. I'm quite open about that. I don't sort of hide my identity at all. But channel known as Seek Truth, Speak Truth.
My name is Cliff. I'm a retired sailor. I run the channel called Schrodinger's Cat.
Just about to hit 2,000 subscribers, just about 50 off of there.
41,600.
36,960.
I'm 44,9 something right now.
15,100.
At last check, 136,000.
I am monetized, technically, but yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This channel was monetized, yes, within 3 or 4 months, actually. Had some great growth at the beginning.
Yes.
Yes.
YouTube ad revenue almost doubled since 2017, earning $15.15 billion in 2019 alone. With content creators looking to cash in on their share of ad revenue, creators often find themselves trying to maneuver through the complicated and often unclear YouTube terms of service. Basically, what we're doing here is we've taken a bunch of YouTube content creators, smaller, bigger, up-and-comings, ones that have been established for quite some time, and we're talking to them about how the algorithm and YouTube terms of service are affecting their channels. This like weird little kind of like, I don't know, there's this, some people think that YouTube has a too much of a foothold on their ability to create content, what they can put out versus what they can't put out. When speaking with these content creators, I quickly found out how YouTube's constant changes in ambiguous terms of service affect the creator's ability to earn on the platform. YouTube's constant battle against misinformation and objectionable content caused several changes in the terms of service, which has directly affected content creators. YouTube's inconsistent interpretation of the rules, along with a reliance on an algorithm, caused many creators to lose ad revenue on videos. Some creators receive hundreds of thousands of views per video, and that translates into several $1,000s per upload. Creators have seen their videos removed from YouTube, and other channels have been removed from the YouTube Partnership Program over questionable enforcement of the terms of service. You have a lot of people that have noticed some negative effects on YouTube from different things like the 2016 election, how it has affected how YouTube or social media in general purports information, how they're more likely to, I don't necessarily, well, we'll say just suppress, for lack of a better word, but suppress what they would consider false and fake news or false information. But do you think that it's more so than what you were talking about, more so of an economic reason, that there's just not enough money being spent right now worldwide, and maybe that's the reason why we're seeing the less money from
I'd like to think so, yeah, but I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that they just want to not be associated with, like you say, the fake news and the conspiracy theories and that kind of thing. But the other side of that is a computer code, an algorithm capable of differentiating between genuinely fake news and somebody like me who makes fun of fake news? I don't think it is. I think the system is far from perfect.
We just got pushed into the same pile. They didn't discern a difference between a debunker and that's why Team Skeptic can't post a video where he's talking for 45 minutes, literally calling anti-maskers effing idiots.
Yeah, no, I reached out to a person, or a pseudo person. I don't even know that they're actually real people there.
I did see the video. It was not promoting anything that they claimed it was.
They said, yeah, we'll look into it. Because it was regarding the reason they gave me via email, and I've already deleted the email, was that YouTube took it away because I'm pushing an anti-science rhetoric, that I'm going against the WHO's guidelines regarding social distancing and wearing masks. I must make this disclaimer. This video is in 100% support of the WHO and CDC's guidelines regarding social distancing and wearing a mask during the COVID-19 pandemic. Don't be a Nathan Thompson. Practice social distancing and wearing a mask when you're in public. I tried to add a direct link to the WHO, and YouTube denied me from adding that link. And I was like, wow, I can't even show my support through adding their link because YouTube won't allow me to do that. YouTube tells me no, it's not a valid link to be added, which is ridiculous. I mean, why would they not let me allow me to add that if they're saying that I'm pushing this bad, dangerous conversation? Why wouldn't they just let me add that and make everything clear? Because they don't give a shit.
No, they just say it goes against the terms of services. I don't think there was anything specific.
It's just when I talk to the person, they're like, we'll review it and we'll get back to you. And then when they come back to me, they're like, yep, sorry. Yeah, it does actually violate our guidelines. And I'm like, did you even watch the video?
Do you think that any of this is in response to the interference with the 2016 election?
So I think that's a big part of it. Again, that's when Congress got involved with what YouTube is or isn't doing. Social media specifically, Zuckerberg appeared before Congress. Yeah, I forget who the CEO of Google at the time, they appeared before Congress. And all these big social media giants got together and said, hey, we need to do something or else the government's going to really get into our business, and we don't want that.
Right.
So that's when things like YouTube, Facebook, and whatnot said, hey, our algorithms, we got these algorithms.
Well, they've admitted to it. I mean, I think they went ahead and said that's what we're going to do. We're going to limit its spread. I think they told Congress straight up that was the plan.
You feel like a video doesn't get pushed as much as maybe it should. Feels like it's a little bit shadow banned, and it is just, I think it's because they put us all under that conspiracy category, if you know what I mean. And it's almost like, you know, we're all tarred with the same brush, if you know what I mean, even though we're both actually complete opposite ends of what we believe.
Again, the problem with a lot of the social media around the elections over the last couple of years, people posting information that may not be true, but they're making it appear to be true or whatever, or opinion that people are trying to state as fact.
In an effort to stop the spread of misinformation, YouTube has relied on an algorithm to identify content that violates community guidelines. However, many creators complain that the algorithm doesn't properly account for content that offers criticism of misinformation. Several creators have attempted to combat the incorrect removal of their content because of a faulty algorithm with little to no success. After receiving 3 community guideline strikes, creators risk losing their channels and their income stream.
0 violations, 0 warnings, but I've had the videos taken down for violations where they didn't give me a violation because they said, well, we understand that you may have, made this lapse in judgment accidentally. So instead of punishing you by giving you a strike on your channel, we're just going to remove the content for you and never give you an opportunity to put it back up.
Unless there's human intervention, which a lot of the time doesn't help anyway, I can't see, obviously I don't know how the algorithm is programmed, but I can't see how a computer code can differentiate between, if you and I were having a conversation now and you were saying that COVID-19 was fake and I was trying to tell you that it wasn't, and we both uploaded our sides of the conversation to our respectful, our channels, then I think there's no way a computer code is going to know that you're the anti-masker and I'm the one trying to tell you you're wrong, because the conversation is interlaced and it can't differentiate. How can it?
There's channels with even half, a third of the subscribers as me, but their average view rate is 3 times as high, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I do feel like sometimes there's like still something there that just, I don't know whether I've not praised the YouTube gods quite correctly.
So we talked about Team Skeptic. Isn't there another creator that had something similar happen with their channel?
Yeah, with this whole COVID-19 thing going around, there's a lot of medical misinformation that get pushed by these conspiratorial-minded channels.
Right.
Well, Schrodinger's cat he's always been an anti-science debunker channel, but he also, he's now focused on the sovereign citizen movement, the First Amendment auditor movement.
Debunking those movements.
Debunking those positions, right?
Okay.
Showing how those positions aren't actually, they're not factually correct.
Right.
He covered a video of somebody going into a store that required masks on the way in.
Okay.
Okay, now this guy didn't want to wear the mask on the way in and cause a scene and whatnot. And Schrodinger's cat had a response video basically showing how this guy is an asshole for not abiding by the rules of this company. And YouTube came around and said, before he finished uploading the video, during the YouTube checks processes, it flagged a terms of service violation and they gave him a strike for it. So they just went in and said, we reviewed your video and we're taking it down.
Right. But a human being never actually did it. And the reason that I know is because no reasonable human being could look at my video and say that it's medical misinformation. They told me that it was, and I outright told them, why are you lying to me? And that was pretty much the end of the conversation because I wasn't going to push it too much. But I just let them know that I knew they were lying to me.
Well, they know what you're saying. They know what you mean. They know the context of what you're saying. And so when you play the source video for people who are advocating for topics that are being censored, then your video will receive censorship as well, just because that rhetoric is ingrained in your video as the source.
They want to avoid obviously legal issues or whatever because they don't want to spend a lot of time in court or have to settle out of court. But by the same token, they have to be very careful in their instating the content or whatever, because their bottom line can be affected either by legal challenges or by people boycott. You even have organized boycotts, some sponsorships, or don't, everybody take your YouTube post down or whatever. Don't watch YouTube. I mean, it's amazing how many places can overreact or respond to that situation.
Is that what happened with Irish Demon?
This other creator was making videos telling people who YouTube globe earthers, he's telling them to go self-harm, to basically kill themselves. Not basically, it's exactly what he said. He said he wanted all people who believed in gravity to go find the tallest cliff and jump off.
Oh, wow.
Now, that was directed at a few creators. One of them was Irish Demon specifically. So Irish Demon made a response video saying, hey, that's not cool. We shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be promoting self-harm.
Right.
YouTube looked at Irish Demon's video and said it was such an egregious violation of their terms of service that they demonetized his channel.
The main channel, Irish Demon, got demonetized because of a video that I made responding to some threats that I'd received.
Good afternoon, lads and lassies. Irish Demon here. I just want to give you guys a quick update about some shit that's going on with my channel at the moment. So I received an email this morning saying that my channel had some community guidelines strikes and had been completely demonetized, deranked, and blocked in certain countries.
And from what I've gathered from speaking to people, it seems that what they've picked up on is the fact that when I responded to it, a lot of my subscribers went to that person's channel. Not that they had given them abuse or anything, but mass flagged and mass reported their videos. And it seems that has reflected badly on me, and that's why they nuked my channel. I did ask for a review. I did get through to somebody in YouTube. They checked it, said that it was all kosher, but obviously it wasn't. I've contacted them multiple times on Twitter. They ignore me on Twitter. They never respond to anything. Thousands of people have liked my Twitter exchange with them. They still don't respond to any of my questions. And now I have removed any trace of any video of that form whatsoever from my channel. Anything that's ever gotten even just a copyright claim or anything like that.
These terms of service strikes or community strikes, terms of service violations, how does that affect the small content creator?
I mean, it can have detrimental effects to your channel. YouTube they don't look at that and say, oh, that's no big deal. If they actually go through putting a terms of service violation or a terms of service strike on your channel, you're in a probationary period that's 90 days. And if you get another one, you get frozen from uploading, going live, etc. You still can, your channel can still function, but within that 90 days, if you get a second, you can't upload and you can't go live, you can't really use your channel. Now, if you get a third, exactly right, because I mean, that's how we get paid as creators. We get paid based on ad revenue, and ad revenue is only generated through views. And if I can't put out videos to get views, I'm not making money.
Right.
If you get a third strike within that time period, they delete your channel.
I genuinely thought that was the end of it, that I was going to, throw in the towel at that point, because I'd spent a year of my life building up this channel.
What people need to appreciate, and this will maybe sound like a selfish piece of shit, but it is what it is. This is what I'm. If you could evaluate what you do for a living on a percentage scale, YouTube is now 98, maybe approaching 99% of how I pay for this house and my car and this microphone and that cap. Do you know what I mean? So if I get even the smallest inclination that a video is going to cause me a problem as far as me being able to provide a home for my family and feed them, I just won't say it.
What type of options do content creators have to solve the problem?
Well, that's a really good question. The problem that most content creators have is they don't know. We don't know, because the terms of service is written so weird. It's convoluted for the sake of being convoluted. In other words, it's written so YouTube can arbitrarily say, no, this violates our content or our terms of service or our this or our that, so we can demonetize it.
Right.
And they can go in, and if you get too many terms of service violations or community guideline strikes, they can just completely demonetize your channel. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll stop running ads on your channel. That means they'll stop paying you to run ads on your channel.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but that's YouTube. YouTube being YouTube.
My channel's been disabled 2 or 3 separate times for weeks at a time when I can't do anything, not even make a community post. So for that amount of time, you're not making any revenue other than your videos that are already up, getting views, but you're not putting up new content. And then you could seriously lose all of your income. And God forbid your channel actually gets deleted, then you're left with no income.
Do you think that YouTube is going to change in response to these creators? Or do you think creators are just going to have to figure out how to navigate the waters and make it work?
That's going to be dependent on the creators again. If the creators can band together and say, hey, YouTube, you need to figure this out or we're going to leave.
Big content creators. I mean,
All
just the little
of the
guys.
content creators. Unfortunately, it's going to take all of the content creators. Even the ones who are at odds with each other because they make combative content are going to have to put their bullshit aside and say, look, we've had enough. YouTube, what's up?
Perseverance is what determines success or not. You have to persevere. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make videos. I recently made a video that still to this day doesn't have 10,000 views.
If you believe in yourself and you believe that you have the potential to put out good content, then just be patient.
You're going to make videos that aren't going to be popular, that none of your subscribers are going to watch. You're going to hit points of stagnation when it doesn't feel like your channel's growing at all. In fact, might even feel like it's moving backwards, and that happens too. But it happens to everybody, and perseverance is something that's really hard to come by in a smaller YouTube channel.
So what happens now? What happens next?
That's all in the content creators. It's all on YouTube. If YouTube figures it out, content creators figure it out, we can work together and make a lot of money and prosper. People can have a good time doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
But again, that's going to be on the players. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on the content creators.
So do you think this algorithm needs to go?
I think YouTube needs to uphold their part of the bargain. When we all signed up for the partnership program, it's called the partnership program. It is that we are partners with YouTube. Now, there's a contract that I have to sign whenever I sign up for this partnership program that says YouTube is going to do certain things. Well, they're not doing those things. We need to hold YouTube accountable.
And so it's very one-sided.
It is very one-sided.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 choices. They can either fix their system or they can lose their content creators. And let's face it, what's YouTube without content creators?